Whilst the administrator in QuickBooks has the power to do everything, change settings, transactions, you may wish to set up a user who has limited powers in the use of the program. To achieve this, if you go to Company on the top row, you'll see we can go to set up users and passwords and set up users. If we click in there, the administrator will already be set up, but you can add a new user by clicking on the Add New User button to the right hand side. I'll just add myself into there, and again the user, if you give them a password, they can always change that password themselves once they get into the program. And if we click Next, we now got the option here to give Graham as a new user all areas of QuickBooks, selected areas of QuickBooks, or external accountant functions where certain data is protected. On this occasion, I'm going to give Graham only selected areas of QuickBooks, and we'll have a look at the different settings and power that can be given to him. If we click Next, and see here on the sales and accounts receivable side, if the individual is dealing with invoicing clients, receiving payments, etc., then we would need to give them full access to the accounts receivable tabs. Again, if we click Next, the same on the purchasing, if the responsibility includes entering bills, paying bills, etc., again, full access will be required. On the banking side, the printing of checks, making deposits within the system, requiring full access. Tracking time, if you're using time tracking in the program, then again, access will be given in terms of tracking of time. Other options will be payroll. This is certainly an area where you may wish to restrict people if you're using QuickBooks Payroll. If there's no access here, then they can't see the payroll transactions. VAT, again, you may wish to give power to VAT because there may be a need when entering an invoice or entering a bill to change a VAT setting that is in there. So again, you select full access. If the person is transferring funds between accounts, so not in the real bank account but in QuickBooks transfers, or is making journal entries in QuickBooks, then they will need access to the selecting accounting activity screen. Same again, your decision will be made as to whether this person is allowed to look at sensitive financial reports, profit and loss, etc. And again, in this instance, I'll give Graham full access to that. This screen, 9 out of 10 of our options, is a particularly important screen in terms of the setup. With the power that QuickBooks allows people to change and delete transactions, you have the option here to stop the individual from changing or deleting anything by clicking No in the top box there. Or if you decide that they can change something that happens in a current period, you can restrict them in terms of changing any transactions or deleting transactions before the date protection closing date that you will have set in the QuickBooks file. So quite often we do see people saying, yes, you can have power to change things in the current period, but you may wish to restrict the previous periods that QuickBooks is protecting. If we then click Next, you'll see a summary of the options that have been selected for this individual. If you're happy with those, we can click on Finish and the individual is set up. And again, we're ready to go in its behavior.